Welcome back. As you can see, we got another pork butt. This one was on sale at Sprouts, so I got 8 pounds, 8 pound pork butt for about 15 bucks, which was great. It's got the bone in, and we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Last time I did pretty straightforward. It was my overnight one where it was just salt and pepper on the smoker, finished it in the oven, and this time around, we're going to try a rub. I bought this rub. I used it with, I forget what I used it with, but we're gonna use it with the pork today. It's got, it's got the garlic, it's got the paprika, it's got some sugar. So we're gonna do a rub. We're gonna finish it in the Dutch oven. I've read that people do that. So we're gonna try finishing it in the Dutch oven, in the oven, rather than wrapping it. And I'm gonna put it on a bed of thick cut red onion. So those will, I don't know, it'll be a bed of it. From there, I have this peach vinegar, and I thought that would go great with pork. So I'm gonna spritz it throughout when it's on the smoker. I'm gonna spritz it with this peach vinegar and see if that does anything. As you can see, it's got the mother floating around in it. And I thought peach and pork, that goes well together. So why not spritz it for good luck? Okay, I'm gonna put some rub on. Maybe a little mustard binder for good luck. All right, and after all that rubbing, I felt like I went pretty generous with the rub. Just completely eyeballing it. This has the salt in it, so, the only salt it's getting is from the outside and from the bark. So I think I was generous enough. It seems evenly coated. And that's all we're doing for it, minus the peach cider spritz. So this will go on the stove soon, or on the smoker soon. Just gonna wait for that white smoke to burn off. And then it'll be time for it to land. So I know I often throw around the term white smoke and waiting for the white smoke to burn off, but I don't think I've actually tried videotaping what the white smoke looks like. So I just put the water pan in. All of the coals are catching and the wood's starting to go. So this is what the white smoke looks like. And in about 30 minutes or so, maybe 40 minutes or so, I should be checking back in to show you what we're actually looking for. Recess likes to do this game called steal one of my golf balls from the garage. And then when you try to get it, she picks it up. Because it's really fun if you chase her. She really likes to be chased around and around and around and around the tree. Give me that ball. You little devil. All right, it's been just over 40 minutes. And most of the white smoke has burned off. As you can see, it's still fairly smoky, but it's thinned out quite a bit. And that signals to me that our smoke is clean. It's not gonna give any weird taste to the pork. So I'm gonna get this puppy set up on the smoker, and I'll show it to you once it's landed. And there she blows. A perfect fit. Hopefully my thermometer's in there enough, but it's gonna take quite a while, so let's see how long it takes to come up to whatever temp I want. I don't remember what temp I'm gonna take it to, but it's gonna go well after the sun has set. Chili's?
No, not Chili's. Chili's is out.
Hold on, if I make 9 in a row, this will look really cool. I'm filming it. Sure, I'd support a local business with you.
Great.
Get in there! Oh.
Okay. Sounds good. Maybe we can pay in cash.
Sure. Maybe if I didn't get distracted, that one would have went in. Was not meant to be, but 8 out of 9, pretty good. All right, we've clocked 250. And as you can see, now this is the true definition, I guess, of like a thin blue smoke. There's nothing, just the faintest wisps of smoke. So I'm still not totally sure if it's a big deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal if, you know, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes before the smoke totally cleared to this point. So yeah, that's what like the ultimate thin blue smoke looks like. And even though you can't see it, you could, you know, hold your hand over the vent, and if you smell it, it'll smell like smoke. I took our golf ball away, even though there's one right there. This is what we're looking at after 5 hours. It's a pretty color, but the fat is not rendered yet. It stalled out at like 155. So I definitely didn't get as much bark as I would have hoped at this point, but I think I'm gonna cook it like uncovered at 270 in the oven for, I don't know, a couple hours before covering it. And I think it'll take another 3 hours maybe, so we're gonna be up a little late with it. And here we are after lighting the charcoal 16 hours ago. I have a pork that's ready to be shredded. You know, it took about an hour for it to be ready, and then we transferred to the oven, and then it was in the oven for a long time, until like 5 a.m. last night, so it's been resting in the oven. Let's take a peek at what it looks like. Oh my. We have a nice split. Lighting in here is not great. As you can see, the onions have soaked up all the juices, so I guess I'm gonna try and like strain the onions. But oh yeah. See that? My finger just goes right into it. So that's a good sign. I think it's gonna be really tasty. Let's start shredding. And here we are, all shredded up. It's very tasty. I feel like some parts of it are like a little too soft. But I think I nailed the seasoning. Like, I don't need to add any more rub, since I went pretty heavy on the exterior. I don't know if I'd do the Dutch oven again. Just because, well, it seems messier than a Texas scratch. Like, this is going to be annoying to clean up. And I don't know if the onions actually did anything for flavor, but it was a fun experiment. So I might just end the video here and package these up. I was going to bring some of this over to my friends who just had a baby. So hopefully they enjoy it. Overall, a pretty solid pork butt. Welcome back. As you know from the last clip, I had made a ton of pulled pork from that 8-pound pork butt. And I gave some to friends, and then I made a bunch of pulled pork tacos that were really tasty. But I was still sitting on a quart of pulled pork trying to figure out what to do, and a genius idea came to mind. So, we have Swiss cheese, we have Black Forest ham, we have yellow mustard, we have dill pickles. We're gonna make a Cuban Stromboli. My plan is to add a little bit of this gold barbecue sauce. I still want it to be close to a traditional Cuban. So, you know, in lieu of whatever roasted pork they use, we're gonna use the pulled pork. And just a little nod to the barbecue aspect, I'm gonna add some of this gold barbecue, which is still has that mustard flavor. From there, we need to roll out this pizza dough, which is still kind of cold. But my goal is to bring this over. My friend's having a Fat Tuesday party, so I thought Stromboli, Fat Tuesday, all sounds good to me. So I'm gonna roll this out. I think I'm gonna let it warm up and come to room temp a little bit. But in the next clip, I'll have it all rolled out, and I'll show you what the assembly looks like of this Stromboli. All right, we got our dough rolled out. Roughly, I don't know, 10 by 15 or so. And what we're gonna do is leave the edges exposed, especially this long edge here. And we're gonna roll it up this way. So here's the vision I have. The vision is we're gonna do a layer of Swiss cheese. Some more. Layer of Swiss cheese. Now we're gonna do the pork. Okay. I want that pork hanging off the edge just a little bit. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're going to do pickles. Cuban sandwiches are one of my favorite sandwich. I had one in the airport of the Fort Lauderdale airport, and it wasn't very good. But since then I've been craving something Cuban. And so yeah, it's finally happening. Beautiful. Plenty of tasty pickles there, which will cut through the fattiness of our pork. Now, we're going to do the second element of ham. So I have Black Forest deli ham from Sprouts, which we're going to lay down like so. Just one single layer of ham. I wonder why there's two different types of ham in a Cuban sandwich. You know, why one was not enough? Okay, we got our ham. Now, I'm gonna hit it with the yellow mustard. Looks good. And what am I forgetting? Oh, I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna do another layer of Swiss. How much Swiss would that be? That'd be a ½ pound of Swiss. That sounds right. Do I have enough Swiss is the question. No. So we'll do something like that. Okay. We have all the elements of our Stromboli, our Cuban Stromboli down. And now it's time to roll. So what we're going to do, bring the edges over like that. And from this side, we're gonna roll up. You can already tell this is gonna be a thick Stromboli. Okay, and when you get to this point, you need to take some water and rub it along this last edge here. To help seal it all up. And that is our Stromboli. So next up, I'm going to transfer this to a pan with some parchment. And there it is. I'm gonna brush it with some oil, or some butter rather, to help give it a little butter flavor and hopefully golden the top of it. And then it's gonna go in the oven for about 35 minutes. I have a feeling it'll be closer to 40.
Go. I feel bad.
All right, it's time to cut in. We drove it over, it's been resting for 30 minutes. It's kind of gotten a little concave in the center. Let's just see what the cross section looks like. It looks like a big old chaotic. It looks good.
Looks like a Cuban sandwich.
It looks like a Cuban sandwich. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna say that this is really good. It's delicious. It tastes like a Cuban, but it has the doughiness of a Stromboli. We got red beans cooking too. So yeah, this came out really good.